up for learning how to do some free stuff to make money from the stuff that I'm going to teach you, how to do it for free? Well, one of our lovely Ripple Makers Mastermind members, the beautiful Nadine Lewis, who I have waiting backstage patiently, reached out to me. I think it was yesterday or the day before, and said, Sammy, how do you make your meditations for YouTube? Because I want to make some. I'm creating a program, and I want to know, how do I do that for my own business? How do I do it for free? Now, she's had her hair done, and I felt it very unfair that she looks so bloody gorgeous. So I stuck a flower in my hair to make sure that I'm also dressing up for the occasion. Guys and girls, if you are on a mission to get your voice out there and have it heard, but you don't like seeing yourself on camera, and you haven't got a flower for your hair, and you don't want to go and get dressed up and do all of the big shizzle that we build up in our heads. What do we look like? What do we sound like? Well, you can remove that if you do meditations. You can take all the pressure of yourself having to be on screen and put the focus on the words that you are using. Okay, using that focus of your voice. Now, there are some really good resources that I use to listen to meditations, and so I'm sure a lot of you have listened to meditations before. Give me a hashtag meditations if you listen to other people's meditations. One of the resources that I like to get ideas and inspiration from is called Insight Timer. So I'll just hold it up to my screen before we bring Nadine on, so you'll see it's like a little sound bowl there called Insight Timer. And on Insight Timer, you can sign up for free, but what I like about it is that you can donate to people. If you really enjoy their meditations, you can actually make a donation to them. So, I'm looking at that and going, well, why not you? If you're going to create meditations and get them up into YouTube, why wouldn't you also maybe apply to be part of Insight Timer and have your visualizations and meditations being up on here as well? So they have guided meditations, they have courses, so you can go and do different courses. The reason why I like this is not just because I usually fall asleep to it every night in some way, but because I'll hear something and I'll think, oh, that's actually really good. I like how they did that. I'm going to incorporate that into one of my meditations. Or that they'll do something and I think, oh, I've not tried that before, I'll give that a go. So if you're looking for inspiration, it's like listen to other people's meditations as well as thinking about doing your own. So let's get the lovely Nadine on the screen. She had no idea she was going to do this, by the way, but I reached out to her about 2 minutes before I went live and said, hey, if I'm going to answer this question for you, I might as well answer it live for you in person. So let's get her up onto the screen. Nadine Lewis, come on up. You want to unmute yourself, my darling? Look at that hair. Everybody say, Nadine, your hair is gorgeous.
My Shirley Temple.
I have hair envy.
As I've known I was coming live, I wouldn't have got my hair done. Never mind.
I'm going to record this. Make sure we got a double recording of it. Now,
Brilliant.
Nadine, tell us, why are you wanting to make your meditations? What is the purpose for why you're doing this?
Okay, well, it's one of my things that I've been wanting to do for ages, and I've fed up of my excuses. So that's one thing I'm stepping forward within the group. But secondly, it's because I'm really excited about a new program I'm creating, a 90-day program, Bounce Back, for women, or men, but predominantly I like to work with women, sorry guys, who have recently separated or going through that. And I get so excited. Let me just take a breath, because you know what I'm like. I get very passionate about stuff and I get over like a little puppy. So just calm down, Nadine. So one of the first ones I'm going to do is cut the cords that bind you. I want to bring an awareness, get people to understand, get conscious that they're energetically connected to people, just as they are in their home. So that's where I'm going, and I want to do many meditations. I'm very excited, and affirmations, and getting out of the way to step up. So I'm very grateful that you're doing this today, Sammy. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Well, the thing is, I think it's our duty, if we've done something and we find something fairly easy and we do it easily ourselves, I think it's our duty to come back and share that. So as soon as you asked me, obviously that's the mission that I'm on, is like I make my ripple of impact through you making yours. And so the more visualizations and meditations you create, the more ripples you're going to make, the more downloads you'll get, the more ripples you make, the more you get your voice out there, the more ripples yours you make. So it's all part of my
Win-win.
mission to help you with yours. Absolutely. Absolutely. One of my clients, Darren, he set up his hypnotherapy practice many years ago, but he started to gosh, I did his branding and everything for him. It must have been about 2012, 2013. It was probably just before I exited the branding agency. And I remember him saying, well, do you think I could really do something with this? You think people are going to, there's already, I think it was like Headspace was already out, and it was quite a big explosion when Headspace came out because it was a fairly new thing. I suppose they've led the market for this now, or certainly in my mind they have. And then all these other apps started to come out, and he said, do you really think there's a market? Everyone's already doing it. And I said, don't listen to that. Don't buy into that, because there's somebody that really wants to hear your voice. And if he'd have listened to that little, because there is a mindset thing to this stuff as well. If he'd have listened to that, then he wouldn't have put his things out there. And now he's got over 20,000 subscribers. So, you do make a difference, and you can make a difference. You can't make any difference if you don't try. So I love the fact that first of all, you're willing to try. So I want to make it.
If you help one person, if you help one person, one each day, that's all I think. If I can help one person, I'm happy. I've achieved.
Absolutely. One person, one drop. Look at Rihanna Mayan, one of our other Brand Builders Club graduates. Again, she said the same thing. Podcast, not sure. She started doing it. She's had over 1 million downloads now. Wow. So like when we say, well, who am I to do this? It is that classic thing of who are you not to do this? Because there's someone in the world that needs your voice, and there's like 7.5 or possibly more billion people on the planet. I'm sure there's 1 or 2 that need to hear what you have to say. 1 or 2 million, that is, by the way. Let's add a few zeros. So I want to make it as easy as possible for you, Nadine. And guys and girls, we're streaming this live into the One Drop Movement community, because I feel that there are some of you that might be out there thinking of also doing this, or including some visualizations or meditations in your programs. So let's create as many ripples as we can together today by sharing some of the things that I've learned. So when I first started creating my visualizations and meditations, I really massively overcomplicated it. I listened to how I did I paid to learn from a few people that were doing it. And I got so confused over it. I thought, fucking hell, this is going to be really expensive to do this, both in time and in money. So there's got to be another way. I know all of my brand builders and ripple makers, they want to get out there and make a difference, but not everyone has 100 quid a month to put into something, or 500 quid a month to have someone edit this stuff for them and make it. So, we need to be able to do this ourselves. So I went and just researched into some other technology, some free technology, found free versions of everything that they were trying to pitch me. And that's ultimately what I'm going to share with you today. So I'm giving you a little bit of a kind of hack as to how you can do it. And this is how I do mine. So I'm going to share my screen and walk you through some of the resources that I've found. So the first thing is videos. So if you look at I've just taken one of my meditations here. Now, don't look at this and go, fucking hell, how do I do that? Right. This is iMovie. And remember that I'm a designer by trade. So I find all this sort of stuff easy because it's what I've always done. So I'm showing you this in iMovie, but I'm also going to show you other things that you can do that you can use. So, there are different technologies you can use. And if you're already using a technology to make your videos, by the way, let me know. And also, like this takes me to make a meditation. Obviously, there's the recording of the meditation. And I'm a bit of a stickler now for perfection is poverty. So I used to edit them all and do loads of time on them. Now I literally edit the front and the back, and that's it. And if I mess up, then I'll make a joke of it, or it's something, like I'll find my way around it, unless it's a really big like blunder that I make, then obviously I'll edit that out. But now I just like to do things in one take. And the way I find that the easiest is to create like a little script or something. So I tend to create my script. Like now I tend to just do them freestyle. But at the beginning, when I started to do them, I didn't have as much confidence. So I would actually type the words out into Word, and I would have Word running as I was recording it. So you can see if I play this, you are very deeply relaxed. Very deeply relaxed and comfortable. So you're seeing at the moment, you can hear my words. You can see I've got words on the screen. You can see I've got a video playing there. So I'm going to take you behind how I put all these things together. And if you've got iMovie or you've got something where you can create this yourself, use that. If you don't feel confident in doing all of that bit, you can find people that will make these videos for you on Fiverr for less than £10, because all they're doing is the bit that you can't do. They're not having to think about it. You're literally saying, here's the intro, here's the outro, here's the video that I want you to use, and here's my audio. You just keep packaging it all, giving it to them, let them do the work and send it back to you. They'll even upload it direct to your YouTube channel and send you the original file. So there are people that will do that for you for very little money if you do want someone to do it yourself. So the first place I would point you to is to videos. So if you're going to do, if you're like, so Nadine, the reason why I'm showing you video is because you're going to use yours as well to put them into YouTube like I do with mine. So if you're going to put something up on YouTube, obviously YouTube is video, not audio. So you're going to have a video element with your meditation that is playing so that people can listen to your meditation. Sounds crazy, but you will have to do that. So I use Shutterstock Video, which is a royalty-free image library. And I'll give you all the links to all of these things in the description afterwards, after we're finished. But Shutterstock, so literally all you do, you go to Shutterstock. It's a royalty-free, well, it's actually a free royalty-free. So free in that it doesn't cost you anything, and royalty-free in that you can use it as long as you're not selling it. So if you were going to try and sell the video you're getting from here, that's not ethical, and you will get massive infringement of copyright law. But if you're putting it on something that you're going to sell, so you're selling your words, you're just using it on something, then you're able to use that. What I would always do though is I would in wherever I'm showing it, I would name the person, or I would give them a credit. I would give them credit for where the images come from. It's like the ethical way of doing it. So literally, so Nadine, tell me, if you want to unmute, tell me what sort of meditation. So you're doing a cutting the cord. So do you want nature playing? Do you want water? What sort of theme?
Well, yeah, it will be the river of life, through the river of life. So water would be a great one. Yeah.
Right. So let's have a look at river. So we're just going to type in river. And so you've got waterfalls. There's all different types of, let's get rid of those. So there's water there. We're not actually going to build it right now, but
yeah,
so you can, as you hover over them, you can, it plays it for you, so you can see, if you wanted something that was real turbulent, you could do that, or waves.
How long are these ones? Do you knit them together, or can you
just you just knit them together? Don't worry about how long they are. If you look at my iMovie, because I edit all my own ones, you can see that it's like 9.6 seconds, and I just copy and paste it. Copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. So it just keeps looping. So don't worry about how long the video is. That's a really good question. So this is why I wanted to do this live with you, because you'll ask questions that the audience will want to know. And by the way, guys, if you want to ask any questions, can't see you right now because I'm obviously sharing my screen, but I will have a look at your questions and answer your questions as well afterwards. But you see, like, you've got beautiful like cityscapes. There's all kinds of things, running water. So you could pick any of these, and literally if you click on it, oh, hang on, Siri's going off. And you can try it. Wow. So you can download it and try it. You can sign up to it and you can buy stuff from it and upgrade. But it shows you the video formats. And like I say, just give credit to the person that you got it from if it asks you to do that. Some of them don't ask you to do that. But make sure, don't just steal any video. Make sure you're using a royalty-free video. Okay.
You're probably, can I ask you a question, please, Sammy?
Yeah, absolutely.
you're probably going to cover this, but I have an app which does the words for me, you know, captions, which would just do it all. It doesn't matter. You wouldn't be able to copy. Oh no, because that's just the video, isn't it? I'm sorry, that's not the music. That's just the video.
Well, that's the thing you could do if you've got something like that, or Video Leap. Let me just come out of this for a moment. If you've already got an app, and all you need to do is record the audio. I mean, I'm showing you on a laptop here, but if you record the audio and you get that onto your phone, you can just stream it straight into Video Leap. Even Canva might even do it for you because it has so much capability now. But I'm going to walk you through all these things and then ask questions if you're still unsure. That's a really good question. So let's go back to sharing my screen here. Right, so that's where I go and get my videos from, so that I've got nice videos that are playing in the background, and it enables me to then not only use them in an audio way, but that enables me to also then use them on YouTube, because it has to be video for YouTube. So close that one. The other thing is to make sure as well that you've got music, because you're going to want to have music that's playing. Okay, so again, if you're using something like Video Leap or any of the apps, you know, Canva does have videos. It has graphics as well. You might want to have just an image. You might not want it to be moving like a video. It's completely up to you. You can use what you want. But Shutterstock is for free images and also free videos, so you can use the Shutterstock resource for both of those things. Music. This is one that I use, so you can sign up to it. It's free. You can get 10 music downloads every month. If you do decide to upgrade and go for bigger, more famous songs, then you can upgrade and you get 30% off of any of those. But the one that I really like is YouTube, because YouTube is also free. But you don't want just the normal YouTube. You want the royalty-free YouTube music library. Okay, so what will happen is if you come in here to Google and you type in royalty-free YouTube music, what I did at first was think that it was going to be the first thing that came up. But remember, there are people that are advertising and there are other things that are coming up before it. So you do need to scroll down a little bit and you'll find it about halfway down. And it's called royalty-free music, no copyright music, YouTube, which means that you've got total free right and access to use any of the music in this resource. So what you can do is you can come down, because there's a lot of them here. You can click on playlists and you can find different types of music there. So you've got like calm music playlists. So if we look at calm, because it's going to be it looks like there's going to get an ad on here.
Searching for music for your next video? Then you need to check out our list.
No, thank you. So, and you can just keep clicking through them. And what I tend to do is listen a bit towards the middle and see. So these are quite dancey. So if we go back and we search for, let's go back. So let's type in meditation and see what comes up. Instrumental music. Quite calm music there, and again you can just keep pressing forward, listen through till you get to the one that you like, and then you press download. Okay, so you can download it. What it'll do is it'll come up with this little window to try the YouTube royalty-free library for free. So ultimately you sign up to a premium subscription, but you get 30 days free. So if you're on a mission and you want to create, 5 meditations or 10 meditations, just stack them up, go in, get all the music you want from here, and then you just unsubscribe. So that's a way of you getting the music for free. At the very worst, if you think, actually, I'm going to create hundreds of meditations, it's only $11.99 a month or something like that anyway. So think of what you're going to charge for your program versus what you're investing to get this. So you've got 30 days free to play with it and unsubscribe if you don't want to use it. But you could go in and download as much content as you wanted to, and then unsubscribe if that was something that you didn't want to pay your $11.99 a month. That's a good way of you playing and finding out. So literally just sign up to it, and then you go through and you can download any of the music in this library and use it as much or as little as you want. So that's the music side of things. Another way, for those of you that don't have an app on your phone and you don't have a way of editing, and you want to do it from just an audio point of view, Anchor is a really, really good free tool to use to create all your podcasts. So I would consider, if you're going to create meditations for a video, well, why not create them for a podcast? You can actually multi-purpose them then. So you can export. So for example, if I go into my iMovie, once I'm completed with my meditation, what I can do is I can press export and I click on file. So I can choose if I want to export video and audio or just audio. So I do both. So I export the video for YouTube and I export the audio for the podcast. So that's another way, Nadine. And for those of you that want to repurpose your content, instead of only creating it for one thing, give them something to read, something to watch, something to listen to, and something to do. You can transcribe your podcast and give it to them as a thing that they can read through and do themselves. There's so many ways that you can do this. Right, let me just get this back up here. Okay, so Anchor, if you sign up to Anchor, this is a way of having a totally free podcast. You can edit, you can upload, you can do everything you want to do in Anchor. The only thing you won't be able to do is add the video to it, because Anchor is specifically for podcasting. But if you were planning to create meditations and visualizations and you didn't think that you were going to use a video element to it, Anchor would be a great way for you to start editing your stuff and distribute it out across every major podcasting platform and have your own podcast as well. So that is how I do it. Now, like I say, I do mine in iMovie. That's how I edit mine. Mm-hmm. If you've got Adobe Creative Spark, you could use that. I mean, there's all kinds of other ones. Camtasia. It depends if you're using a Mac or if you're using a PC or indeed your phone. Nadine, it sounds like you could be doing this with your app. But just remember, you know, when you're creating meditations, really the sound quality is really important. So if you're in a room that's quite echoey, a really good tip that I learned, well, it's only about a month ago that I learned this tip, and I was like, how fucking clever is that? They got a towel and put a towel over their head, and it just totally dumbed the sound down. So it was a really good quality sound. I was shocked at how different the sound was just by putting a towel over their head as they spoke into the mic. I just use my laptop. I don't use a mic or anything anymore. I used to, but then I realized that actually my laptop is so capable. The sound quality on my laptop is brilliant. So I don't need to have all that extra equipment anymore. So I just literally record straight onto my laptop, and then I pull the audio through into my editing software, which of course you can give to your editor. Now, the way that I've worked with my editors before is I use Dropbox. So you could have a free Dropbox and put your files into there. So I like this music, so go download your music, put that into the Dropbox file, create your meditation, upload your meditation to Dropbox. If you've got any images or videos, anything like that, you could put them in there, and then hand them over to somebody and have them weave it all together for you and then give it back to you. I mean, you could, like I say, you could probably get that done for $5 or $10 on something like Fiverr.com, because all they're doing is knitting it together and then exporting it for you. And it's as simple as that. So, you know, if you're making them yourself, then obviously you're going to put your time into it as opposed to somebody else's time. But if you use the resources that I've just shared with you, it's a free way of you getting started, and just start playing with it. So Nadine, if you want to unmute and ask me any questions you've got, and I'll also look at the chat, see if anyone is asking any questions in there.
I love the towel over the head. I think that's great. This is what I love. You don't have to be, on the camera on these. It's brilliant.
No. Yeah, you don't have to be on camera, and you don't have to have all of the expensive recording equipment. What I would say is, if you are using a mic, just be very mindful of your P's, because when you say a word that has a P in it or begins with P, it can go p, p, p. So, and that's very loud to somebody when they're listening to it as a meditation. So I do find it much like a really good idea to wear headphones,
Okay.
listen back to it. So even though I don't use headphones to actually create it, I do put my headphones in when I'm listening back to the audio to make sure that, I'm not driving people insane with, feeling like I'm spitting into the thing, because you can really hear it.
Yeah.
It's quite annoying if people do that. So let me just look at the comments. Hello to those of you that are here. Just what I needed. All right, fantastic. What are you using to record the voice of the meditation? Okay, yeah, thank you for that, Sherry. So I use, again, like I say, you could use Anchor. You can record your entire voice recording in Anchor and just export it, or create the whole thing in Anchor. Or I also use, again, I can use iMovie, because I edit in iMovie, but I also use ScreenFlow as well. So it depends what I'm actually creating, but ScreenFlow is about, I think it's about £70 or something like that for a license. But you don't need to spend that. You'll find like a audio voice recorder. You'll find one. You'll find one with you can probably get a free one on an app, or there's been times where I've actually recorded it straight into my voice recorder on my phone. So just check out and see, but it's the sound quality, you see. So if you did it into your voice memos on your phone, or if you actually made a video and recorded it as a video, but then you just export the audio. So there's ways of you being able to do that, and you could do it probably from your phone, depending on what phone you're using. But if you have good headphones, again, I've invested in all kinds of microphones and things over the years, but I found that the headphones that actually come with the device have a really good mic in them. So if you're going to record it on your phone, Nadine, you might do that because you're going to record it straight and put it into an app. So there's no.
I might do it on my laptop, but Zoom is free. You can record the audio.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can record on Zoom. You just got to get it from Zoom onto your phone. So it's just however you record it, you've just got to get it onto your phone then, which I suppose you could put it in a Dropbox and you could upload it from there, or download it to your camera roll. But the key thing is that just test it and maybe do a little one first, so that you're not creating like a 30-minute one, and then you get to the end and go, oh my god, I'm into the thing, and you can hear all the tinny stuff around you. Put a towel over your head, step away from the mic, speak clearly. Remember, there's going to be music or something. If you're going to put music over it, there will be music that you're going to play in the background or overlay that music onto it. So it's not absolutely critical. I've had freaking geese honking outside and been like, oh no, I'm gonna have to edit that out. And when I've listened back to it, because I've got earphones in and because it's recording the audio that's quite close to my mouth, you can't even hear it. When you start laying the music over the top of it, you can't hear it. So then you don't have to edit it and do all that fuckery. Give us a hashtag, no more fuckery. You can do this for free. And if you get stuck, then just reach out in this thread. Sammy, I got a bit stuck with this. I'll do what I can to help you. I'm not a technical wizard, and I'll put that out there right now. I'm not a techie person, and that's why the things I share are things that I find easy to use. And if I find them easy as a creative person, if I find them easy, then hopefully you'll find them easy as well. Sherry, I hope that answers your question. But like Nadine just said, you could use Zoom to record it. You can export just audio as well from Zoom. You just got to make sure that your sound quality is good. And like I say, just have a play. All this stuff is free that I've shown you today. And you've got free like 30-day try before you buy and things like that. So it's not costing you anything, at least to try it, is it? But I would multi-purpose it. I tend to start by creating the video version of it so that I can export the video and the audio. Whereas if you only create audio and then later you decide you want to make a video, you've now got to go through the whole process again, usually in a different way of creating it. So I just start with video first and choose not to use the video if I'm not going to use it.
I've just done one. Sorry, I've just done one today for Amy. She's asked me to do one for her lead magnet. So less stress with your breath. But with Canva, so she's going to do it. Can you put a link in Canva? So we were going to do, I'm handing that to her, the meditation for her clients of her lead magnet. So then I said she could either do
yeah, put a live link in it.
So you can do that in Canva. So then she can just brilliant.
Yeah, she should be able to if she's exporting it as a document. Now, my darlings, I have to go because I have a meeting at 5 and I'm a couple of minutes late, and I wanted to jump on and make sure that I did this for you. If you do have any other questions, please put them in the comments for me and I will answer them. I will give you all I've got. Whatever I have is yours, right? So just ask. I want to help you. If I make my ripples through you, remember, so you go out there and make those ripples. Nadine, you're part of the mastermind, so you can ask on any of the calls anyway. And Nadine, go play, and then on tomorrow's mastermind, come and join us and play it for us, and we'll listen to it and give you feedback.
Okay, great. Perfect. Thank you so much, Sammy. Have a wonderful meeting. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Take care, guys, and keep making those ripples that only you can make, because you were born to do it. And it's not up to you to judge whether you should be doing this. If you've got an idea for a podcast, or you've got an idea for a meditation or a visualization or affirmations, if you've had that idea has come through you and to you for a reason. So don't judge where you got it from and don't question it. Just take some action and do it, and change one life at a time. If you focus on that one drop, one ripple, one message, one movement, you're building it. It just starts with that one first step, though. Go out there and do it. Take care. Mwah. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you on the next show. Mwah. See you later. Bye.